Okay, hi everyone. So we're going to learn how to do text that appears like it's layers of paper like this. So first we're going to open a new document and we'll have the width and the height set to our project size. So once that's created, we're going to go ahead and drag in our pre-saved paper texture and resize it to the canvas. After we have that right, then we're going to go into our patterns panel and we're going to hit the plus button to go ahead and create a new pattern from our textured paper. Now go ahead and just delete that layer. Okay, now that we're back to just the background layer, I'm going to go ahead and select it to rename it, and I'm going to name that foreground. Then we're going to go down to FX and press blending options so the screen will pop up. And here we're just going to go over to pattern overlay and we're going to select the pattern that we just created. And then you're just going to make sure you have the settings set up the same way. Then we're going to go to color overlay and you'll choose a color, but make sure you keep the same settings I have. And then press OK. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and add a new layer. And for this layer, we'll be adding our text, so go ahead and go to the text tool and add whatever it is you want to write. Now go to your move tool or hit V and just shift it over to wherever it is you want to place it. And we're going to press FX for this layer too and go ahead and select the blending options once again. And this screen will pop up. So then you're going to press on inner shadows, and once you're there, you're going to make sure you adjust the settings here to the same ones I have. And when you're doing that, select a color that'll be darker than the text you originally had. So I had pink, so I'm just going to do a really dark pink. Now we're going to press on outer glow, and we're going to take a look at the settings again and make sure that they match mine. Now we go over to bevel and emboss, and we're going to change the settings here as well and make sure yours matches mine. And then just press OK. Now just go ahead and add a new layer, and we're going to head over to the lasso tool or hit L on your keyboard. And now we're just going to start making curved shapes over our text. And I want to do two shapes, so I'm just going to go ahead and hold down the shift key to add it. So once we have our shapes, we're just going to go ahead and press shift and backspace or delete on our keyboard, and this will pop up, so you'll press color. And then you're going to want to choose a color that's lighter than the original text you have. And then you're just going to want to press OK again. Now that we're here, we're just going to press Command D to deselect your objects. And now we're going to right click on our layer so that the options show up, and we're going to scroll down to clipping mask. And once we have that clipped to our text, we're going to press on effects and then blending options for this screen to pop up again. I'm going to go over to bevel and emboss and just follow the same settings I have on my screen. Now we're going to go over to inner glow and once again just follow the same settings I have on my screen. Now we're going to go to drop shadow and again follow the same settings I have on the screen. Make sure you have a dark color selected so it kind of blends in with the rest of the text. And when you're done selecting a color, just go ahead and press OK and OK again, and you'll go back to your layers, add another layer, and you'll repeat the same process once again of adding shapes. Again, you're going to hit Shift Delete to add color once again, and you're going to want to make it sort of gradiate, so you might want a darker color. When you're done with that, you're just going to want to grab your layer and bring it down below the previous layer. And now you're not going to want to do the same steps again, so we're just going to right click on the effects and we're going to go ahead and go down to copy layer style, and we'll go back to the layer we were on and press paste layer style. Now we're just going to go ahead and add a new layer and do the same steps all over again. make your shapes, make it a darker color, and then you're going to go ahead and paste the layer effect. And we're going to go ahead and repeat those steps until we're satisfied with enough paper layers. Now, if you have your selections and you're not 100% happy, you can hit Command T and go ahead and just move them along to where you want them, and just continue with all the previous steps. And there you have it. You can also try and do this with other colors or with other paper textures.